Okay, Seth, listen up. This lens cap, it's very simple. It does have those little devices push in and out. And it's kind of tricky, but it's not so bad. This is the battery slot. This is the battery. The leads, there are two like silver strip leads on the bottom of the battery. When you insert the battery, you have to go all the way up to the top, sort of applying pressure up top, and then slide it down. It clicks into place. When you want to remove it, there's a little button right there. You push the button, lift up on the battery, and then out. The battery is probably the most idiosyncratic thing, though. It could cause you some problems, and I'll explain that in just a second. As the eyepiece goes up and down, it has to come up in order to access that little button there. This is how you open the cassette compartment. Once the battery is in, you press that little green-blue button, and then you just have to wait. The door has to be open. I'll show you how to open that. You have to wait while this processes. Then you put the tape in. Never force the tape. It slips in that manner. If it's incorrect, it won't be this easy. And then just slide it down. If there's any resistance at all and you can't do that, then you have it backwards. Then you close halfway the outer door and then wait for that inner door to go down. And then once it stops processing, or once the door goes down, you can actually close that. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is how you open up that door. There's a little thing there that says open just before the, and then here I push the little green-blue button again. This is how it opens. And you have to wait for that. You can't force any of that. It takes that long to do that. It's only a couple of seconds. And there is a tape loaded up in there. I left that tape in the camera, and it's ready to go. This is how, once the tape is full and you take it out of the camera, that little green thing there, you push it and it turns. That's a safety lock so that you won't erase accidentally. The lens cap used to have a little device that you could just attach it to the handle. Can't do that anymore, so I'm doing it like this. Wrap it in there like that. And then if the hand is too big or too small, you can adjust the hand grip size. This is the flip out screen. And then flip it out. The eyepiece has a problem, and so it's not a real good idea to use the eyepiece. This is an automatic setting, the one with green. I think I left the camera like that on green. You should probably leave it on automatic. Scenes that are too dark, I can lighten them up. And make sure you have light behind you and on the subject. This is the on-off button. When you press, you have to press in that tiny little button. If you press forward, it goes into the record mode, and a red light comes on, and when you press it to playback, the green light comes on, and here you open up the handle. There's a opening on the handle where you can access the play and reverse. Here, this is how you record. You open it up. Don't worry about this first sign that says that you need to set the time. You don't. It goes off. And the way that I usually hand hold it, you need to hold the camera still and get steady pictures. I don't think MTV style pictures are appropriate for this, and so I do believe that the way to do this is to put your hand underneath the eyepiece, I'm sorry, the fold out screen, and apply pressure and try to stay steady. Okay, and if you do an interview with somebody, it needs to be fairly quiet. That's the record button, and there's also a record button there. I'll get back to what I was saying in just a second. If you ever have a problem, see where it says lock. If you ever have a problem and cannot record, make sure that you haven't accidentally put that lock button into place. This is your zoom in, zoom out, and there are some controls for the volume playback and the brightness of the LCD. And when you're recording, you have to have that REC in the upper right. It's green, unfortunately. In most cameras, it's red, and that's a better cue than green. If you ever run out of battery, the battery, uh, 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 the the battery charger has a little battery that goes in there the same way that the normal battery does. And this is how to charge the battery. It slides in there and it will hold, but you cannot. You have to pull that plug out before it'll start to charge. The red light is not going on because it's not plugged in, but the little red light flashes indicating charge. You can read the manual that I have there. I have to go back to a couple of points that are important. All right, one of the main ones, the battery, sometimes it gets loose now. Not all the time. If it's seated properly, it won't get loose. But it is possible that on occasion, even with a full battery, you may find that you can't get a picture or whatever. And that's just because so what you need to do is just jiggle the battery until that light comes back on, if you leave it in the record mode. The other thing that I wanted to really stress was, in order to get good pictures, you probably know this, you've probably taken enough photographs or video, but when there's a window behind the subject that you're filming, the pictures will look really dark. It'll just darken up. You'll see that you probably won't be able to even see the face of the people that you're trying to take a picture of. So in most cases, just flip your subjects around if you can. If it's a group or if it's an individual, just flip them around so that the window is behind you and the light shines on them. And I guess the final thing that I wanted to have you understand is you can plug an external microphone, although I didn't send one, into the camera, but you can also get really good sound if you're doing interviews. The only thing is, you have to be very close to the people that you're interviewing. Don't be more than 2 or 3 feet away, otherwise you'll get a muffled sound. People will start sounding like this. Says, "Oh, I love City Wild. It's wonderful," and it won't sound clear. The battery is a long-lasting battery. Once it currently has almost a full charge on it. Do the full charge thing. Just put it on there for an hour or two, and you may never have to charge it again unless you're going to be videotaping something that's very long. Try to keep your shots of people having fun short. Try not to shoot anything until you anticipate that something's about to happen. Then go over and take the picture, and then once things stop being interesting, make sure that you just flip it off. You got a long battery life and a full hour of tape in there. And if you do it right, you might not need to even get another tape. And good luck.